when you want to watch more than you want to listen. What's up, everybody? Lee Kalt here, House Music TV. Just making a little lunch here. What we're going to have is like a very classic northern Italian thing. It's slow roasted tomatoes. So basically it's very, very simple. All you do is you set your oven to 200 degrees Fahrenheit and you take a bunch of tomatoes. Plum tomatoes are the best, but these are just the ones we have from here in the Caribbean. And you'll take your paring knife and you'll take the little knot where it's connected to the branch out of the top of it, and then you'll cut them in half and you put them on a pan with some tin foil. And then it's really, really simple. You just take extra virgin olive oil and you sprinkle it on all the tomatoes, just a little bit. Just like that. Make sure you get it on every one, even if it's just a drop or two, it doesn't matter. Just like that. Delicious. Then after that, what I like to do is take the kosher salt or sea salt, nice thick grain salt, just like that. And I like to sprinkle just a tiny little bit on every tomato. Just because a little bit of salt, I think it just really brings out the flavor of a really, really good tomato. The only place in the world I've ever been where the tomatoes don't need just a pinch of salt on them to bring the flavor out is in Ibiza, because the water is so salty there and the soil is so salty that when you take an Ibizan tomato and you cut it in half and you take a bite out of it, it tastes like it has salt sprinkled all over it, but there's really none on there. It's just naturally in there from the water. A little cracked pepper. Yeah. And I just do a tiny little once over. Even if some of them don't get any pepper on it, at least then each one it has a different flavor unto its own. And they don't taste all exactly the same. Then you have the oven, 200 degrees for a slow roasting. And those tomatoes are going to go right inside there. And they're going to stay for at least 8 hours. It's hard to tell because all tomatoes are different. And I've never done this in the Caribbean before, but we're thinking it's going to be somewhere around 8 hours. You want to just cut the ends off the garlic. So basically, next and pretty much the final step to this is full extra virgin olive oil. Probably about that much because you want enough to all the tomatoes to get some. We have a lot of tomatoes. Wow. You want to take 1 clove of garlic and you want to give each clove kind of like a tiny little crack. You don't want to smush it, you just want to crack it. And then throw them right in that oil. Just like that. Probably I could use 2 cloves of garlic because we have so many tomatoes, but yeah. I'm gonna go like this. This garlic has a lot of flavor. Then what you need is some fresh rosemary. And you just want to take some rosemary sprigs just like this. And you want to just throw them right in there whole. Just like that. Nice amount. And then, while the tomatoes are cooking for 8 hours, this oil is going to infuse. And we're going to leave it right up here on the top of the stove where it's warm so it can infuse in its own little way. Do I want that turkey sandwich? Yeah, I'll have a bite of it.